Hello. Everyone always asks me, Michel, should I buy a Lamborghini or a horse? And they always come up to me and they say, I just want to buy a horse. But why should I buy a Lamborghini instead? Everyone's always telling me to buy a Lamborghini, but I want to buy a horse. Why should I buy a Lamborghini? And today I will tell you. I will tell you the answer why you should buy a Lamborghini instead of a horse. I know it might not be something obvious, it might not be a popular opinion, but sometimes you have to do what's right. So let's start. Why would you buy a Lamborghini instead of a horse? First of all, let's look at the fuel. Both a Lamborghini and a horse, they run on plants. And a horse runs on plants that grow from the ground, and a Lamborghini runs on plants deep inside of the ground that you have to pump up, distribute everywhere, and put into gas stations. What is more convenient? Well, probably the grass, but we do have gas stations everywhere, so you should still buy a Lamborghini. The second point of interest is how fast do they go? Of course, a horse does not go more than 10 kilometers an hour, 20 kilometers an hour, maybe more, maybe less, probably not that much, maybe even only 5 kilometers an hour. Whereas a Lamborghini can go up to 100 kilometers an hour, 200 kilometers an hour, much faster. So that's obvious. Let's talk about the price. The price. People always talk about the price. A horse does not cost as much as a Lamborghini. In fact, for the price of one Lamborghini, you can probably buy 10 horses and transport 20 different people. So why buy a Lamborghini? Well, the emissions of a Lamborghini are toxic, whereas the emissions of a horse are good for the soil. So again, why buy a Lamborghini? Well, it fits more people. You can fit up to 4 people in some Lamborghinis. And only like 2 on a horse. But that doesn't matter when you can get many more horses and many more Lamborghinis. So yeah, that is why you should buy a horse instead of a Lamborghini. And which is why Lamborghinis are much more useful if you want to get around. I assume people will still keep asking me this question because it remains a contentious question. So many people struggle with this. But at least I hope to have inspired you to think for yourself, to make your own decisions, and to buy a Lamborghini.